Time now for our 2022 North Dakota Shrine Bowl player profile. With us is David Schmitz from Oaks, North Dakota. And David, for you, it's got to be fun to know that you're nominated, but also to have one more chance to represent that orange and black on the football field here in the Shrine Bowl.
Yeah, it really means a lot being nominated to the Shrine Bowl. Ever since I was a freshman, that's kind of what you always work for, is to get to that Shrine Bowl, and playing with I have a teammate in there. Playing with them one last time, it's going to be a pretty special experience.
For you, what have you taken from Greg Dobitz or some of the coaches, from the football field that you hope to apply, just to kind of your next chapter in everyday life?
I think the main thing is being able to adapt, because every week you're going to play new teams. You adapt and you learn, and you might have a teammate that does some dumb stuff, which happens a decent amount. So you got to put that new player in there, learn to play with them, and just learning to adapt to different situations is something that I'll probably take along with me.
Is there a favorite football memory that kind of stands out to you right away if I ask if it's Friday Night Lights, or is it more being a fan at a game potentially, David?
Getting out and playing on the field is always one of the highlights of the week. But if I had to take one memory and say that's my favorite one, is probably freshman year. We went to a football camp at Valley City, and this freshman year, because you don't really have much pressure because you're a freshman, and just being with the team, and just that experience was a good time.
For you specifically, if no one has watched you play before, what would be the best couple words or sentence or two that describes your game on the football field?
I'd say I read my blocks pretty well, so I let the lineman kind of work, and then when it gets to second level, I can make somebody miss, and then this downhill speed probably is my best way to explain it, downhill speed.
So after the Shrine Bowl all gets set and done, what's the next chapter? What's the next step for you?
I plan to attend NDSU, majoring in agriculture economics, but not playing sports.
Okay. So the ag, are you a part of a farm family then, or what's kind of the background there a little bit?
My dad does insurance, so I'm going for ag economics. So I want to kind of do what he does, or maybe become a salesman, or a seed salesman or fertilizer salesman, something like that. Just being the sales part, but the agriculture part of it is my plan.
Hey, great state for that, obviously, in North Dakota. And David, for you too, you talked about being a freshman at VCSU. So if you were able to talk to eighth graders who are going to be going into high school, or freshmen who are getting their first licks at, some varsity experience here coming up in the fall, what would be some advice that you would give to them?
I'd probably just say don't be nervous, because you're a freshman. No one expects you to do something big. So and you're jumping into a whole new offense. So it's learn the offense. There's no need to be nervous, and then keep learning. And then if you do get on the field, just play, because no one expects it. So you just got to go out there and just show your game.
So take us inside the Oaks Tornado locker room before a game. Was there any superstitions for you a little bit? Did you have to have something earlier in the day for lunch, or put the left shoe on before you put the right shoe, or anything of that nature?
For me, not really. I just kind of got myself on my pads. We're out in home games. We used to play some catch. So I usually play catch with one of the linemen. So I did that. But that's really the only thing that I really kept certain. So I didn't really have many superstitions. I just kind of went out there and played.
Hey, to put you on the spot, last one, because there's so many players from across the state that are getting to Mayville to play in this particular game that you get to hang out with a little bit and get to know maybe a little bit more. Is there one or two guys that you're excited to finally have on your team that maybe you had to go up against on a Friday nights a lot?
Caleb Olson is one that sticks out. He's from Lisbon. I've played against Caleb since I've been a fourth grader. So, and having him, I don't know if he's playing offense or defense, but maybe having him block for me is something that would be interesting, because, I've been playing against him for so long. So having him actually block for me for once would be good. And the second one was we played Harvey this year in football, and they were a pretty good team. So the quarterback, Isaac Freeze, he was a pretty good quarterback. So having him handed off to me it's going to be a pretty good time, I think. So those two probably.
Hey, David, thanks so much for your time, man. Best of luck in the Shrine Bowl, and best of luck in the fall at North Dakota State.
Thanks for having me.